Now we take case 2. When the object is placed beyond C, means beyond center of curvature. So any light ray parallel to principal axis after reflection passes through focus, and the second light ray which is coming from center of curvature after reflection retraces its path. Both the light ray intersect at this point and the image is formed between C and F. So what is the nature of the image formed? Image formed between center of curvature and focus, real, inverted and smaller in size. Case third, we will move faster now. Case third, object at C, object at center of curvature. This is a unique case and you have to draw the ray diagram of this case very carefully. See, when you have to make a ray diagram, draw a mirror like this and make a center of it, principal axis, but these distances you have to always take equal. The distance between pole and focus and center of curvature, these distances always should be equal, otherwise the ray diagram will be wrong. So any ray parallel to principal axis after reflection passes through focus. A ray from focus after reflection becomes parallel to principal axis. Both the rays intersect here. The image is formed at this point. So here you can see here the image is formed at C or at the center of curvature, real, inverted and same in size. Now the case 4. Object between center of curvature and focus. When an object is kept between center of curvature and focus, the first rule will follow here. Light ray parallel to principal axis after reflection passes through focus, and second light ray passing from focus after reflection become parallel to principal axis and both the light rays will intersect here. The image formed at this point beyond center of curvature. The image formed is real, inverted, larger in size and beyond center of curvature. Now case 5, object at F or object at focus. So when the object is placed at focus, ray parallel to principal axis after reflection passes through focus. This is the first rule we have followed here. Now the second, any light ray from center of curvature will retrace its path. Retrace its path means will come back from the same path. Now here what we are getting, both the rays are now parallel to each other. So in case the image formed at infinity, real and inverted, highly enlarged. So this is case 5. Now we come to the next one and the last case related to the concave mirror. When the object is placed between pole and focus, F and P. So here, suppose the object is placed at this point, light ray parallel to principal axis, after reflection will pass through focus, and light ray incident at this point after reflection will go like this. So here we can see the light rays are moving apart from each other. So both the light rays will not meet on this side. Then what will happen? We'll extend both the light rays backward, and we can see both the light rays are meeting behind the mirror, or they are appearing to meet at a point. So at this point the image is formed, and this is the place where the image is formed, but this image is not real. Image is virtual, erect, larger in size, image is virtual, erect, larger in size, and behind the mirror. So this is case 6. Now we come to the image formation by convex mirror. Not so important, but you have to practice them also. Case 1, object at infinity. When the object is placed at infinity, the light rays coming parallel to principal axis, light rays will get diverged. They will not meet here in this side, but both the light rays will appear to meet at a point on the focus, and image is formed at focus. But in this case the image formed is virtual, erect, smaller in size, or you can say diminished. Now case 2 related to convex mirror, object between P means pole and infinity. So there can be only two possible cases. One is at infinity, and second one is the object placed between pole and infinity. So what will happen? Suppose the object is placed here between pole and infinity, a far distance. So light ray coming parallel to principal axis. After reflection, the ray will get diverged this side, but it will appear to pass through a point focus. Second light ray which appear to pass through center of curvature, it will not actually pass, but it will appear to pass through focus. So it will again retrace its path. The image is formed at this point. So the image formed is virtual. We have to show the virtual image by dotted line. Virtual, erect, smaller in size, and between P and F. So these are all the cases: concave mirror and the convex mirror. Image formation by both we have done. Now, an important part of this topic, uses of concave and convex mirror. So first of all, we take concave mirror. Concave mirror is used in torches, searchlights, headlamps of cars to obtain a parallel beam of light. Okay, in case of headlamps of the cars or bikes, whatever you say, torches, searchlights, in all of that it is used to obtain a parallel beam of light. Here you see how it is obtained. suppose from any point, this is a place from where the light is the head in the headlamp, the back side or the reflector in the lamp. Here is a bulb, the light falls on this reflector, and this way we get a parallel beam of light. Now it is used by dentists to see the larger image of your teeth, and used as a shaving mirror also to see the larger view of your face. And another use of it is used as a reflector in solar furnaces. Solar furnaces where we melt metals with the help of heat obtained from the sun, but the heat is focused at one point or concentrated at one point with the help of concave reflectors. Now, usage of convex mirror. Convex mirror is used as a reflector in street light to spread the light on the road. And second, used as a vigilance mirror. Vigilance mirror means in hotels or in parks or in malls, these mirror, or in metros, you must have seen these mirrors are fitted to look around, because inside this mirror we can get a view of view of a large area around that place. So it is used as a vigilance mirror, used as a rear view mirror in our cars, bikes. Why we use it as a rear view mirror? We can use any other mirror, but we prefer to use only convex mirror as a rear view mirror because it always forms virtual and erect image. Secondly, it has a larger field of view. So in examination the question comes, why do we prefer convex mirror as a rear view mirror? The answer of that question you can write, we prefer convex mirror as a rear view mirror because it always forms virtual and erect image and it has a larger field of view. So thank you students. Rest of the part we'll do in the next video.